First contact, Earth meets the Zirconians. The massive Zirconian mothership appeared in Earth's orbit without warning, its crystalline surface refracting sunlight in dazzling patterns across the planet below. Captain Elara Chen of the International Space Station watched in awe as the alien vessel dwarfed everything humanity had ever put into space. "Control, are you seeing this?" Ilara's voice was steady, but her heart raced as she reported the unprecedented event. "Affirmative, Captain Chen. All Earth's major powers are on high alert. Stand by for further instructions." As Ilara and her crew monitored the situation, the Zirconian ship maintained its position, seemingly content to observe. Hours passed, and the tension on Earth reached a fever pitch. Then, without warning, a smaller craft detached from the mothership and began its descent towards the planet's surface. On the ground, Dr. Aidan Foster, lead xenobiologist at NASA, found himself thrust into the center of humanity's first extraterrestrial encounter. As the Zirconian shuttle touched down in a predetermined location, a neutral zone agreed upon by world leaders in a hastily convened emergency session, Aidan stood at the forefront of the welcoming committee, his mind racing with questions and possibilities. The shuttle's doors opened with a soft hiss, revealing three tall, slender figures. Their skin shimmered with an iridescent quality, reminiscent of polished opals. Large, multifaceted eyes regarded the assembled humans with what Aidan hoped was curiosity rather than hostility. The central figure stepped forward, its movements fluid and graceful. When it spoke, the words seemed to form directly in Aidan's mind, bypassing his ears entirely. "Greetings, people of Earth. We are the Zirconians, and we come seeking your assistance." Aidan blinked, surprised by both the directness of the communication and its content. Of all the scenarios they had prepared for, aliens asking for help hadn't been high on the list. "Welcome to Earth," Aidan responded, hoping his thoughts were being transmitted as clearly as the aliens. "I'm Dr. Aidan Foster. We're honored by your presence and intrigued by your request. How can we assist you?" The Zirconian's multifaceted eyes seemed to shimmer as it replied. "Our species faces a grave threat, a genetic degradation that threatens our very existence. Our scientists believe that human DNA holds the key to our survival." Murmurs rippled through the assembled crowd. Aidan's scientific curiosity warred with caution. "That's quite a statement. We need to understand more about this degradation and how our DNA might help. Would you be willing to share your research with us?" The Zirconian nodded, a gesture surprisingly similar to human body language. "We are prepared to exchange knowledge. However, time is of the essence. We propose a joint research initiative with select humans joining us on our mothership to expedite the process." Aidan's mind raced with the implications. This was an unprecedented opportunity for scientific advancement, but it also carried significant risks. "We'll need to discuss this with our leaders and scientific community. This isn't a decision we can make lightly." "We understand," the Zirconian replied. "However, we must insist on a swift response. Our survival depends on it." As the initial meeting concluded, Aidan found himself at the center of a whirlwind of activity. World leaders debated the risks and potential benefits of cooperation, while scientists from every discipline clamored for a chance to study the alien visitors and their technology. In the days that followed, Aidan worked tirelessly to coordinate the scientific response to the Zirconian proposal. He pored over the data they had shared, marveling at their advanced understanding of genetics, while also noting the desperate nature of their situation. Their entire species is facing extinction, Aidan explained to a panel of world leaders and top scientists. The genetic degradation they're experiencing is unlike anything we've seen. It's as if their very DNA is unraveling. "And they think we can help?" asked Dr. Yuki Tanaka, a renowned geneticist. "Our understanding of genetics pales in comparison to theirs." Aidan nodded. "That's what makes this so fascinating. They believe there's something unique about human DNA, its resilience, its adaptability. They think studying it could provide the key to stabilizing their own genetic structure. The debate raged on, with valid concerns raised about security, ethics, and the potential consequences of sharing human genetic material with an advanced alien species. But as the discussions continued, a sense of excitement began to build. This was humanity's chance to prove itself on a galactic stage. Finally, after what seemed like endless deliberations, a decision was reached. Earth would cooperate with the Zirconians, sending a team of scientists to their mothership to assist with the research. Aiden, given his role in the initial contact and his expertise in xenobiology, was selected to lead the human contingent. As Aiden prepared for the mission, he couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and trepidation. He was about to embark on the greatest scientific adventure in human history, but the stakes were impossibly high. The fate of an entire alien species, and potentially humanity's place in the wider galaxy, rested on their success. The day of departure arrived, and Aiden stood with his team at the base of the Zirconian shuttle. Each member had been carefully selected for their expertise and their ability to adapt to unprecedented situations. Dr. Yuki Tanaka, the geneticist, stood to his right, her eyes gleaming with barely contained excitement. On his left was Dr. Marcus Williams, a brilliant biochemist with a talent for thinking outside the box. Rounding out the team were Dr. Elena Rodriguez, an expert in evolutionary biology, and Dr. Jamal Khoury, a specialist in advanced computational modeling. As they boarded the shuttle, Aiden took one last look at the Earth below. He couldn't shake the feeling that when they returned, if they returned, everything would be different. The journey to the mothership was surprisingly smooth, the alien craft's technology negating any sense of acceleration or movement. As they approached the massive vessel, its true scale became apparent. The crystalline surface that had appeared smooth from Earth was revealed to be a complex network of structures and chambers, each serving a specific purpose in the ship's operations. Their Zirconian guide, who had introduced itself as Zartol, led them through a series of shimmering corridors to a vast laboratory complex. The technology on display was beyond anything Aiden had ever imagined: holographic interfaces that responded to thought, equipment that seemed to manipulate matter at its most fundamental level, and data storage systems that made Earth's most advanced supercomputers look like abacuses in comparison. "This will be your primary work area," Zartol explained, its thoughts resonating clearly in their minds. "We have prepared living quarters for you nearby. All of our research data is at your disposal, and we are eager to learn from your perspectives." As the human team settled in and began to familiarize themselves with the Zirconian technology, Aiden couldn't help but feel a sense of awe. They were standing at the precipice of a new era for humanity, one that could redefine their place in the universe. Little did they know that their greatest challenges and their greatest triumphs still lay ahead. The quest to save the Zirconian species would test the limits of human ingenuity, pushing them to discoveries that would change both their worlds forever. The adaptive challenge: humans prove their worth. As the gleaming Zirconian mothership orbited Earth, tension mounted in the onboard research facility. Dr. Aiden Foster and his team of human scientists found themselves facing an unprecedented challenge, one that would test the limits of human adaptability and ingenuity. "The Zirconian genome is deteriorating at an alarming rate," Dr. Yuki Tanaka explained, her holographic display filled with complex genetic sequences. "It's like watching a civilization crumble in real time, but on a molecular level." Aiden nodded grimly. "And our task is to find a way to stabilize it using elements from human DNA. No pressure, right?" The team had been working around the clock, trying to unlock the secrets of Zirconian biology. Their alien hosts, while technologically advanced, seemed to lack the creative problem-solving skills that humans took for granted. It was becoming clear why they had sought Earth's help. "I think I found something," Dr. Marcus Williams called out, his eyes gleaming with excitement. "Look at this sequence here. It's eerily similar to a part of the human genome associated with rapid healing and adaptation." The team gathered around Marcus's workstation, their fatigue forgotten in the face of this potential breakthrough. As they delved deeper into the discovery, a spark of hope ignited. Could this be the key to saving the zirconian species? Meanwhile, back on Earth, the situation was growing tense. News of the alien presence had leaked, and public opinion was divided. Some saw the Zirconians as harbingers of a new age of interstellar cooperation. Others feared them as potential conquerors, here to steal humanity's genetic secrets. In a hidden underground bunker, General Harriet Stryker of the United Earth Defense Force watched the developments with growing concern. "We need a contingency plan," she barked at her team. "If these aliens turn hostile, we need to be ready." Her second-in-command, Major Chen, nodded in agreement. "We've been developing a new defensive technology, codenamed Aegis. It might be our best shot if things go south." As the human scientists on the mothership raced against time to save their alien hosts, forces on Earth prepared for the worst. The fate of two species hung in the balance, with the potential for either unprecedented cooperation or catastrophic conflict. Back on the Zirconian ship, Aiden and his team had made a startling discovery. The human genome contained a unique sequence that allowed for rapid adaptation to environmental changes, a trait the Zirconians lacked. "It's like we're genetic shapeshifters compared to them," Elena Rodriguez explained, her voice filled with awe. "Our DNA can reconfigure itself in response to external stimuli in ways theirs simply can't." Jamal Khoury, hunched over his advanced computational model, added, "If we can find a way to introduce its adaptability into the Zirconian genome, we might be able to halt their genetic degradation." The excitement in the lab was palpable, but Aiden knew they faced a monumental task. Integrating human DNA into an alien species was uncharted territory, fraught with ethical and practical challenges. As they worked, Aiden couldn't shake the feeling that they were being watched. The Zirconians, while outwardly grateful for their help, seemed to be hiding something. There were areas of the ship they weren't allowed to access, and sometimes he caught glimpses of technologies far beyond even what they'd been shown. One day, while taking a rare break in the ship's observation deck, Aiden overheard a conversation between two Zirconian scientists. His translator implant, a piece of tech they'd been given to facilitate communication, picked up fragments that made his blood run cold. "The humans, more valuable than we thought, genetic key, ascension." Before he could hear more, the Zirconians noticed his presence and quickly departed. Aiden's mind raced. What did they mean by ascension? Were the Zirconians planning something beyond mere survival? As Aiden mulled over this new information, an alarm blared through the ship. Red lights flashed and the vessel shuddered violently. "Attention all personnel," a Zirconian voice echoed in their minds. "We are under attack by an unknown force. All non-essential staff, please report to your designated safety areas." Chaos erupted as Aiden and his team scrambled to secure their research. Through the observation windows, they could see sleek, predatory ships emerging from what looked like a tear in space itself. "Those aren't Earth ships," Yuki gasped, her face pale with shock. Aiden's mind reeled. If Earth wasn't attacking, then who was? And more importantly, why? As the unknown vessels opened fire on the Zirconian mothership, Aiden realized that their mission had just become far more complicated. They weren't just fighting to save an alien species anymore. They were caught in the middle of an interstellar conflict. The ship rocked with another impact, and Aiden made a split-second decision. "Grab everything we can't afford to lose," he ordered his team. "We need to find out what's really going on here." As they gathered their most crucial data and equipment, Aiden couldn't help but wonder. Had they inadvertently stumbled upon something far bigger than they could have imagined? The genetic key the Zirconians spoke of, could it be the reason for this attack? With alarms blaring and chaos unfolding around them, Aiden led his team through the twisting corridors of the alien ship. They were no longer just scientists on a mission of mercy. They had become unwitting players in a cosmic drama, one that could reshape the fate of multiple civilizations. As they raced towards an uncertain future, one thing became clear. The true test of humanity's adaptability was just beginning. In the crucible of this interstellar conflict, Aiden and his team would need to summon every ounce of human ingenuity and resilience to survive, and perhaps to uncover a truth that could change the course of galactic history. Cosmic chess, humanity's gambit. As chaos engulfed the Zirconian mothership, Dr. Aiden Foster and his team found themselves thrust into a cosmic game of chess they never signed up for. Alarms blared, and the ship shuddered under the assault of the mysterious attackers. "We need to reach the quantum core," Aiden shouted over the cacophony. His mind raced, piecing together fragments of overheard conversations and glimpses of restricted areas. Whatever the Zirconians were hiding, it had to be there. Dr. Yuki Tanaka's eyes widened. The quantum core. But that's off-limits to us. "Not anymore," Aiden replied grimly. "Something tells me the rules just changed." As they navigated the crystalline corridors, now flickering with emergency lighting, they encountered panicked Zirconians rushing to battle stations. The ship's neural interface, usually a gentle presence in their minds, now screamed warnings and evacuation orders. Suddenly, a section of the wall shimmered and parted, revealing a hidden passage. Standing there, its opalescent skin glowing with urgency, was Zartol, their Zirconian liaison. Quickly, Zartol's thoughts resonated in their minds. "There is much you need to know, and little time." Without hesitation, the team followed Zartol into the secret passage. As the walls sealed behind them, the chaos of the ship faded to a muffled roar. "The attackers," Zartol explained as they hurried along, "are the Voidborn. Ancient enemies we thought long defeated. They seek what we sought from you, the key to genetic transcendence." Aiden's suspicions crystallized. "You never just wanted to save your species, you're after something bigger." Zartol's multifaceted eyes shimmered with what might have been regret. "We sought to elevate ourselves, to become beings of pure energy and thought. Your DNA holds the secret to unlocking this potential, not just for us, but for all sentient life." The implications staggered Aiden. Humanity, unwittingly holding the key to the next stage of cosmic evolution. It seemed impossible, yet the evidence was all around them. They emerged into a vast chamber dominated by a pulsating orb of energy, the quantum core. Strands of light danced within it, reminiscent of DNA helices. "This is the culmination of our research," Zartol explained. "A fusion of Zirconian technology and the unique properties of human DNA. But it is unstable, dangerous." Dr. Marcus Williams stepped forward, his scientific curiosity overriding his fear. "It's beautiful," he breathed. "But how does it work?" Before Zartol could answer, the ship rocked violently. A holographic display flickered to life, showing the Voidborn ships breaching the mothership's defenses. "We're out of time." Zartol's thoughts were tinged with desperation. "The choice is yours, humans. Will you help us activate the core? The power to reshape the galaxy is within our grasp." Aiden looked at his team, seeing the weight of the decision in their eyes. This went beyond science, beyond their mission. They held the fate of multiple civilizations in their hands. "What about Earth?" Dr. Elena Rodriguez asked. "If we do this, what happens to our home?" Zartol's response was interrupted by a massive explosion. The chamber shook, and through a breach in the wall, they caught their first glimpse of the Voidborn, shadowy, ethereal beings that seemed to defy the laws of physics. In that moment of crisis, a plan formed in Aiden's mind. It was audacious, perhaps insane, but it might be their only chance. "We'll help you," Aiden said to Zartol, "but on our terms. We're not just unlocking this power for you or the Voidborn, we're taking it back to Earth." His team looked at him in shock, but as he quickly outlined his idea, understanding dawned in their eyes. It was a gamble of galactic proportions. With the Voidborn closing in, the human team sprang into action. Yuki and Marcus began reconfiguring the quantum core, while Elena and Jamal worked on interfacing it with their own equipment. Aiden turned to Zartul. "We'll need your fastest shuttle and a clear path to Earth." The Zirconian seemed to hesitate for a moment before nodding. "It shall be done. But know this, the power you seek to control could reshape or destroy entire civilizations. Are you certain humanity is ready for such responsibility?" Aiden looked at his team, each member working with fierce determination. He thought of Earth, of the potential and the peril this discovery represented. "Ready or not," he replied, "it's our choice to make." As the Voidborn breached the chamber, a blinding light erupted from the quantum core. The human team, their equipment, and a condensed version of the core itself were enveloped in a cocoon of energy. In a flash of quantum entanglement, they vanished from the Zirconian ship, hurtling through space towards Earth. They carried with them the greatest discovery in human history and the greatest responsibility. Back on Earth, in the hidden bunker of the United Earth Defense Force, alarms blared. General Harriet Stryker rushed to the command center, her face illuminated by the glow of emergency screens. "Report," she barked. Major Chen's fingers flew over holographic controls. "Ma'am, we're detecting a massive energy signature entering Earth's orbit. It's the human team from the Zirconian ship." Stryker's eyes widened. "Get them on comms now." As the surviving members of Aiden's team materialized in the bunker, clutching their precious, glowing cargo, the general knew that everything was about to change. The cosmic chess game had entered a new phase, with humanity making a bold, unexpected move. As Aiden stepped forward to explain their discovery and their desperate gambit, one thing was clear: Earth's role in the galaxy would never be the same again. The question now was, in this new cosmic order, would humanity be the pawns or the players? Quantum uprising, Earth's evolutionary leap. The United Earth Defense Force bunker burst with frantic energy as Dr. Aiden Foster and his team materialized, clutching the pulsating quantum core. General Harriet Stryker's steely gaze locked onto the glowing object, her mind racing with possibilities and dangers. "Dr. Foster," she barked, "you have exactly 60 seconds to explain why you've brought an alien superweapon to Earth." Aiden, still disoriented from the quantum leap, steadied himself. "General, what we have here isn't a weapon. It's the key to humanity's evolution." As Aiden rapidly explained their discoveries and the cosmic chess game they'd stumbled into, the room fell into a stunned silence. The implications were staggering. Dr. Yuki Tanaka stepped forward, her eyes gleaming with excitement. "We've unlocked the code for genetic transcendence. With this, we could evolve beyond our physical limitations, tap into the fundamental forces of the universe itself." Major Chen, ever the skeptic, frowned. "And you thought bringing this to Earth was a good idea? We've painted a target on our entire planet." Aiden nodded grimly. The Zirconians and the Voidborn were willing to go to war over this. We couldn't let either of them have sole control. Humanity deserves a say in its own destiny. General Stryker's face was unreadable. "And now the fate of our species rests in our hands. The question is, what do we do with it?" Before anyone could respond, alarms blared throughout the facility. Major Chen rushed to a holographic display, his face paling. Multiple quantum ruptures detected in Earth's orbit. "It's them, both the Zirconians and the Voidborn. They followed us here." Stryker's decision was immediate. "Initiate Project Aegis. It's time to see if our planetary shield is more than just theory." As the Earth's hidden defenses sprang to life, creating a shimmering barrier around the planet, Aiden and his team knew they were in a race against time. They had to unlock the secrets of the quantum core before Earth became the battlefield for an interstellar war. In a secure lab deep within the bunker, the human scientists worked feverishly. The quantum core pulsed with potential, its energies intertwining with the unique properties of human DNA. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, her hands dancing over holographic interfaces, gasped. "It's like the core is communicating with us." showing us possibilities we never imagined. Dr. Jamal Khoury nodded excitedly. It's not just genetic enhancement. This technology could revolutionize everything: energy production, space travel, even the nature of reality itself. As they delved deeper into the core's secrets, strange phenomena began to manifest. Objects in the lab started to float, defying gravity. Time seemed to flow differently, with moments stretching and contracting unpredictably. Aidan, his mind expanding with each new discovery, realized the true magnitude of what they'd brought to Earth. This isn't just about transcending our physical forms, he breathed. We're on the brink of becoming universal engineers. Outside, the siege of Earth intensified. The Zirconian and Voidborn fleets clashed in orbit, their advanced weaponry testing the limits of Project Aegis. Humanity watched in awe and terror as the sky lit up with otherworldly energies. In cities around the world, the effects of the quantum core began to ripple outward. People reported instances of spontaneous healing, flashes of telepathic communication, and brief glimpses of parallel realities. Global leaders, scrambling to maintain order, looked to General Stryker and the UEDF for answers. The fate of humanity hung in the balance, poised between evolutionary leap and potential annihilation. Back in the lab, Aidan's team made a breakthrough. By synchronizing the quantum core with Earth's electromagnetic field, they could potentially share its transformative power with every human on the planet. "It's ready," Aidan announced, his voice filled with equal parts excitement and trepidation. "But activating it, there's no going back. We'll be changing the course of human history forever." General Stryker, who had been overseeing both the planetary defense and the research efforts, stepped forward. Her face was etched with the weight of the decision before them. "Dr. Foster," she said solemnly, "in all of human history, we've never faced a moment like this. Are you absolutely certain this is the right course?" Aidan looked at his team, each of them nodding in silent agreement. He thought of the Zirconians, the Voidborn, and the cosmic game they'd been unwittingly drawn into. Then he thought of Earth, of humanity's potential, its flaws, and its indomitable spirit. "General," he replied, his voice steady, "humanity has always taken leaps into the unknown. It's what defines us. We've reached for the stars, delved into the quantum realm, and now we stand at the threshold of our own evolution. We're as ready as we'll ever be." Stryker nodded, a hint of a smile playing on her lips. "Then let's make history." As Aidan's hand hovered over the activation switch, the quantum core pulsed with anticipation. In orbit, the battling alien fleets paused, sensing the immense energy building on the planet below. With a deep breath, Aidan engaged the device. A wave of quantum energy surged outward, enveloping the Earth in a cocoon of swirling, iridescent light. Every human on the planet felt the change, a sudden expansion of consciousness, a deepening connection to the fabric of reality itself. In that moment, humanity took its first step into a new era of cosmic awareness. As the quantum wave stabilized, Earth's defenders found themselves wielding powers they barely understood. Project Aegis, fueled by the newfound abilities of its operators, became an impenetrable shield against the alien onslaught. The Zirconians and Voidborn, realizing the balance of power had shifted dramatically, retreated to the edges of the solar system. Humanity, once a primitive species in their eyes, had become a force to be reckoned with. In the aftermath of the quantum awakening, Earth faced a new challenge: learning to harness and understand its newfound powers. The age of cosmic enlightenment had begun, with humanity poised to take its place among the stars not as conquerors or victims, but as guardians of a new cosmic order. As Aidan looked out at the transformed world, he knew that their greatest adventures and challenges were just beginning. The universe, vast and mysterious, awaited humanity's next move in the grand cosmic chess game. Cosmic harmony, Earth's galactic renaissance. The dawn of a new era broke over Earth, bathed in the iridescent glow of quantum energy. Humanity had taken its first steps into a realm of existence beyond anything they had ever imagined. Dr. Aidan Foster stood atop the UED's transformed headquarters, now a gleaming spire of crystalline technology that seemed to defy the laws of physics. Aidan, Dr. Yuki Tanaka's voice echoed in his mind before she materialized beside him, her form shimmering with quantum particles. The global consciousness network is online. We're receiving reports from every corner of the planet. Aidan nodded, his expanded senses allowing him to perceive the web of thoughts and emotions that now connected all of humanity. And what's the verdict, Yuki? How are we handling our evolutionary leap? Yuki's eyes sparkled with excitement. It's incredible. Conflicts are dissolving as people literally feel each other's perspectives. Scientific breakthroughs are happening hourly as minds collaborate across continents. And the ecological restoration. Aidan, we're healing the planet at an unprecedented rate. Their conversation was interrupted by the arrival of General Stryker, her uniform now an ever-shifting smart fabric that adapted to her needs in real time. Dr. Foster, Dr. Tanaka, we have a situation that requires your immediate attention. In the blink of an eye, they found themselves in the Quantum Command Center, a room that existed simultaneously in physical space and the newfound quantum realm. Holographic displays showed a fleet of ships approaching Earth, but these were unlike anything they had seen before. They're not Zirconian or Voidborn, Major Chen reported, his fingers dancing through streams of data. In fact, they don't match any known species in our database. As the unknown fleet entered Earth's orbit, a message resonated not through conventional channels, but directly into the global consciousness network. Greetings, newly ascended ones. We are the Harmony Collective, guardians of cosmic balance. Your recent evolution has sent ripples through the fabric of the universe. We come to welcome you to the greater galactic community. Aidan and his team exchanged glances, their enhanced minds quickly processing the implications. Humanity wasn't just taking its place among the stars, it was stepping onto a cosmic stage they hadn't known existed. General Stryker, ever cautious, spoke up. And if we choose not to join this community? The response came swiftly. The choice is yours, as it must be. But know that with great power comes great responsibility. The universe is vast, filled with wonders and terrors beyond imagination. United, we stand a better chance of navigating its mysteries. What followed was unlike any first contact scenario ever envisioned. Representatives of the Harmony Collective merged their consciousness with Earth's leaders, sharing millennia of knowledge and experience in an instant. Aidan found his mind expanding even further, glimpsing realities where thought and matter were one, where entire civilizations existed as pure energy, and where the boundaries between dimensions blurred. As the exchange of knowledge continued, Earth underwent a stunning transformation. Cities evolved into living, breathing entities. The planet's ecosystem balanced itself with conscious intent. Diseases became a thing of the past as humans gained perfect control over their quantum-infused bodies. But with these advancements came new challenges. The power to reshape reality at will required discipline and wisdom. The temptation to abuse such abilities for personal gain was ever present. Dr. Elena Rodriguez, who had been analyzing the long-term implications of their evolution, called an emergency meeting. We're advancing at an exponential rate, she explained, her words accompanied by vivid mental projections. At this pace, we'll reach a point of singular transcendence within a year. We need to decide, as a species, if we're ready to potentially leave our physical forms behind entirely. The debate that followed was unlike any in human history. Every person on Earth participated simultaneously, their thoughts and feelings merging into a collective decision-making process that spanned the globe. In the end, humanity chose a middle path. They would continue to explore their new abilities and engage with the galactic community, but they would also maintain a connection to their physical forms and their home planet. Earth would become a beacon of balance between the physical and quantum realms. As Earth took its place in the Harmony Collective, Aidan and his team found themselves at the forefront of a new age of exploration. Quantum ships, powered by thought and capable of traversing vast distances instantly, were created to explore the farthest reaches of the universe. But even as humanity reached for the stars, they didn't forget their roots. Earth became a living museum of their journey, from primitive tribes to quantum beings. The planet was transformed into a galactic hub of learning, where species from across the universe came to study the unique path of human evolution. Aidan, standing on the observation deck of Earth's first quantum starship, looked out at the swirling cosmos. Beside him stood representatives of a dozen alien species, all part of the diverse crew. "Where to, Captain Foster?" asked Zartol, the Zirconian who had chosen to join Earth's mission of exploration. Aidan smiled, feeling the collective excitement of his crew and the whispered possibilities of the universe itself. "Everywhere," he replied. "We're going everywhere." As the ship prepared to make its first quantum jump, Aidan reflected on the incredible journey that had brought them to this point. From a simple botanist to the captain of an interstellar quantum vessel, his path mirrored humanity's own extraordinary evolution. The starship shimmered, its form becoming pure energy as it prepared to traverse the cosmos. In that moment, suspended between worlds, Aidan felt the truth of their new existence. They were no longer just observers of the cosmic dance, but active participants in the grand, ever-unfolding story of the universe. With a thought, the ship vanished, carrying the hopes and dreams of Earth to the farthest reaches of creation. Humanity's greatest adventure had only just begun.